अच्छा हम क्लास शुरू हो रहा है बाद में। हाँ गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तत्वस्ताय नमो ओम कृष्ण पादाय राधिकाय प्रियात्मने श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत नारायण नाम श्री कृष्ण लीला कथाने सुदाक्षम औदार्य माधुर्य गुणाईष्टम वरं वरेण्यं पुरुषं महान्तं नारायणं त्वं शिरसा त्रिदण्डीनां भक्तशिरोमणि श्रीकृष्णपादाब्जवन्दैकमणि चैतन्यलीलामृतसारसारं नारायणं त्वं सुतं प्रपद्ये नमामि नारायण पादपङ्कजं करोमि नारायण पूजनं सदा वदामि नारायण नाम निर्मलं स्मरामि नारायण तत्त्वमव्ययम् जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Let me offer millions of wisdom of Gurudev, Gurupanaga Guru Varga Nama Nisha Santa Kripana Nisha Vichana all present spiritual Vaishnavas, Shravas and Vaishnavas. Vancha Kalpataru Vyasya Krupa Sindhu Sevachan Patitana Pavanesi Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Namo Namah. Today, our stage, question and answer. Now, yesterday, Uddharanita Deva, Mahesh Pandit Uddharanita disappeared. And 2 days before, there's no Devanand Pandit, not disappeared. 16, 17, Uddharandas and Mahesh Pandit. Then 30th, 23rd is 21st is Lochandas Thakur appearance day. 23rd, Jiva Goswami appearance day. And 30th is Putravayika. In South India, they call it as Vaikuntha Ekadasi. Vaikuntha. That day, they open one special gate for the Vaikuntha. We come on the special gate. Only once in year. North gate is open. Then Jagdish Pandit is appearing. Then 23rd January Vasant Panchami. Then 31st is Nityananda Trayodasi. Then Advaita Saptami. So January we will have many Ekadasi. Nityananda Trayodasi, Advaita Saptami, Jaya Ekadasi, then Astila, 14. So 4th. Gaura बोलिया जाओ कभी कितना चाहेगा गौरा भी है ना उनके पढ़ने गौरा करे गौरा करीब न पारा गौरा गौरा आओ जाओ जाओ और हर चीज ही January there are a lot of 14th Ekadasi and 26th January Advaita Saptami, then 29th is 31st is Nityananda Trayodasi. Then 16th February is Shiva Chaturdasi, Shivaratri. 26th, 26th Parikrama, now deep down Parikrama. March 3rd is Gaur Purnima Ki Jai. Today is our question and answer. But this Devanand Gaudiya, see, our Param Gurudev named this as Navadip Devanand Gaudiya Maharaj. Because it's a Aparadha Bhanjan. So why it is called Aparadha Bhanjan? Why Aparadha is so Aparadha? Then Aparadha meaning any activity that makes Radharani unhappy. Aparadha. Disturbs or makes it. So, the root of all Vaishnavas or feelings of Vaishnava is Radharani. The service. That's why the says the fortune of performing Vaishnava service. Now, this is what the Devanand through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaching with Devanand Pandit. Devanand Pandit he was Nanda Maharaj Bhaguri Ruchi. Bhaguri is a Pandit, Nanda Maharaj Sabha. Great personality. So he appeared as Devanand Pandit. And he always read Srimad Bhagavatam. And also he took only avishan, rice and some sauce, cooked with some vegetables, no spice, no turmeric, all the kind. So, was not Ekasi was followed. So, and he never read any other scripture. He had so much faith in Bhagavatam. Till one time, and she was passing by, heard he's reciting Bhagavatam. No, naturally devotees get attracted. Whether they are pure devotees or not, sound of Bhagavatam. So, he was sitting and then listening, and then he went to the bar. And they hear Bhagavatam. He is not different from Krishna, the aspects of Krishna. The prana, life force of Krishna in Bhagavatam. Especially Rasa Panchadhya, 5 chapters, Rasa Panchadhya. So he was crying, rolling on the ground. If somebody sees outsider, he thinks he has gone mad or drunk or something. They mistake it. And his students who are listening to Devanand Pandit, they mistook him. Oh, because they are not exposed or know the great glories of pure Vaishnavas. The bhava, the raga they had naturally. It is mundane recital. So they thought it is disturbance. So they took him away. Devanand was quietly watching. He did not object. So it became an Vaishnava Aparadha. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, see Antar Krishna, Bahir Gaura. See Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bahir Gaura, Antar Krishna. But outside is feeling Kanti, Kanti. He is Radha. So when he was walking by, he also heard Bhagavatam. But everything is revealed to him. I said, it will not make any difference. He is an offender. He can read or recite, do anything. You have offended Bhagavatam. See, this is the thing. By offending a living Bhagavat, you are offending Bhagavat. How it will show mercy? Show you cannot touch it. Even though you are reading, Bhagavatam will not let it touch it. So what benefit is there, to himself or any other? No Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then because of his offense to Srivas Pandit, Devanand Pandit could not develop love of God or have faith in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Despite his continued commitment to serving Srimad Bhagavatam, he is serving, but still offense is not going. That's where the fortune of performing Vaishnava Seva comes. Vaishnava Seva. Service to Vaishnavas, living Bhagavat. After some time, by some good fortune, Devanand Pandit got an opportunity to nicely serve Vakreshwar Pandit, the intimate associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was always absorbed in relishing devotional mellows with Sri Krishna. Somehow, by some Sukriti, some task, he served Vakreshwar Pandit, was dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because of this affectionate service to Vakreshwar Pandit, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during his next visit showed his favor to Devanand Pandit. See how change. You are the servant of my dear devotee Vakreshwar Pandita. By serving him, you have greatly pleased me. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed him never to let any other explanation of Srimad Bhagavatam other than unalloyed devotion to Sri Krishna issue from his mouth. He also told him to beg forgiveness for this offense from Srivas Pandit. When one is proud, see, when one is proud, one will not get devotion unto Bhagavan. Proud, we are proud of something. What is there in this material world to get proud? Anything in this material world possessing is actually misfortune, is inauspicious. Anything in this material world. It will take on value when we associate with Supreme Lord. Service to Supreme Lord, it has some value. Otherwise, by itself. So, but because we are identifying with the body, body itself is, it is, factory of disease. Understand? What is there worthy of in this body? But it's a great tool to obtain bhakti to this Supreme Lord. See? And we are fortunate to have this human form of life. I'm not denying that. But you should not get proud of our wealth, beauty, position. No. Material proud. If you are spiritually proud, oh, I'm a devotee. But that's not a pride, that's humility. So, now, what happened? So when one is proud, one will not get devotion unto Bhagavan. Only by serving Vaishnavas, one's adhikara increases and removes one's pride. One's qualification to get bhakti increases. All worldly knowledge is futile. All worldly knowledge is futile, is useless. Until one gets sadhu sangha. Bhakti manifests only by sadhu sangha and sadhu seva. It is only after Devanand Pandit got the association of Vakreshwar Pandit and served him that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed his mercy upon him. No? Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Seva, service to Sadhu, association of Sadhu. Bottom line is that. That's why Shastra keeps on telling. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra. Why? Now Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. So, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. By association of Sadhu, he will attain all perfection. Sarva Siddhi. Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha. Tiny bit, tiny bit. Yes, sir. Because tiny bit is also infinite. It is spiritual sense, okay? Connected with Krishna. So, it is infinite. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha. Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha. Lava Matra. Only tiny bit. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, the second sloka of Shastaka. O Lord, you are so merciful that you have manifested so many names. And to chant those names, you have not even kept any restrictions. Hare Krishna. However, it is my great fortune that I have not developed any taste for the chanting of your holy names. The reason for not having taste for the holy name is Vaishnava aparad. If one commits Vaishnava aparad, then taste for chanting the holy name will not arise. Bahu janma kare yadi Shravana Kirtana Tabu Tana Pai Krishna Pare Premata. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hare Krishna. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಒಂದು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಏನ್ ಸಮಾಚಾರ ಹೌದಾ ಮೇಲೆ ಆರ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಏಕಾದಶಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಏಕಾದಶಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಹಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಒಂಬತ್ತು ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಕೆಮ್ಮಿಗೆ ತಲೆನೋವಿಗೆ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಕುಂದ ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ ಕೇಳಿ ನೋಡಿ ಕೇಳಿ ನೋಡಿ ನೋಡಿ ಸಾರಿ Even if one engages in hearing and chanting for millions of years, he may not achieve love of God. If so, what is the reason behind it? Tabe jani aparada tahte prachur, Krishna nama tija tahe na kare ankur. See, Krishna nama began. Na kare ankur. It is evident that because of his offense in chanting, the seed of the holy name of Krishna does not sprout. Seed, not sprout. यदि वैष्णव अपराध मुत्ते अति माता उपादावाचे चिन्ह तार सुख right pata. If the devotee commits an offense at the feet of a Vaishnava while cultivating the creeper of devotional service in the material world, his offense is compared to a mad elephant that uproots the creeper and breaks it. In this way, the leaves of the creeper are dried up. He keeps saying, I have no taste in chanting the holy name. Earlier, I used to chant nicely, but now I don't find such absorption in chanting. There is only one reason for this, Vaishnava aparad. Because of committing offenses, the heart becomes hard like a stone. If a seed is kept on a stone, will it sprout and turn it into a tree? No. Similarly, if one is committing offenses, no matter how much Harinam one may claim to be chanting, I chant 300,000 holy names, 200,000 or 100,000. There is no benefit in chanting like this. There is no benefit in sowing a seed on a barren land. So this is what teaching from Devanand Pandit. Aspect. Actually, Devanand Pandit is a Nitya Parigrah person, eternal associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But only to give us these teachings, he has enacted such pastimes. From Devanand Pandit's pastime, we get to learn that no matter how many material qualities one may adorn with, it does not guarantee development of bhakti. See? No matter how much Goamrutdara. ये दामोदर से पूछो नहीं फोन करो ना बताएगी ना नहीं तो ये टेबल के ऊपर आएगी ना कितना है ठीक है आएगी इसमें ಅದೇ ಅದೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅದೇ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಬಿಸಿನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಕುಡಿಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಭಸ್ಮ ಹಾಕಿ ಕುಡೀರಿ. ಭಸ್ಮನೂ ಹಾಕಿ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಡ್ರಾಪ್. ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ ಇದನ್ನ. ಮೇಲೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು. ಆಯ್ತು. So we get to learn that no matter how many material qualities one may be adorned with, it does not guarantee development of bhakti. Guarantee. Bhakti will not come. When all the questions are together, will go. Initially, Devanand Pandit served the Grantha Bhagavata, but not Bhakta Bhagavata. See, he served Grantha Bhagavat, the scripture Bhagavat, but not the Bhakta Bhagavat. Bhakta Bhagavat, the living Bhagavata, one who lives according to Bhagavat, instructions of Bhagavat. Thus, he had no attraction for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But when Devanand Pandita served Vakreshwar Pandita, the Lord Chaitanya became pleased with him and revealed to him the path of devotion to Sri Krishna. By service to Vaishnavas, the Lord becomes pleased and grants bhakti. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this teaching. Please never commit an offense to Vaishnavas. Your offense has been nullified by serving Vakreshwar Pandit. So, the Nagna Matrika Nyaya said that if one's mother was naked in public in her childhood, and she is not doing now, no one gives importance to that or puts her to shame or remembers that incident. Similarly, now that Devanand Pandit had been blessed by Mahaprabhu as a result of his service to Vakreshwar Pandit, it is irrelevant that he had previously offended Srivas Pandit. It is irrelevant. It is like Jagar Madai. If you say, oh, no, they were bad. No. They are now great Mahabhagavas. So, it's for their, when they are re-established Mahabhagavas. You cannot claim, oh, they were like that. That becomes an offense. Actually, that's why there's one saying that I'll tell later. In Vaishnava Vandana, it said, why? Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur included. In Vaishnava Vandana, it is said, Ayachena Vena Prabhu Rajata Dasa Savara Charana Vando Dante Karina. Holding a straw between my teeth, I submitted the feet of all the servants of Mahaprabhu that were or will be. I pray for the mercy of Vaishnava such as Sri Devanand Pandit. Only by their mercy we can be saved from committing Vaishnava apparat. See? So, it is Chaitanya is amazing. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is amazing. And his devotees are also amazing. The way, like a drama. They are doing that only to teach us, nothing else. And all his associates of Chaitanya are like toys in his hands. They dance according to what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does this Veda to teach us as a practitioners how careful we must be. So, all glories to Devanand Pandit. All glories to Bhaguri Muni. That's why our Param Guru they named Gaudiya Math in the name of Devanand. So what does it mean? You give so much respect, honor to him. See? So, through that, actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessing us through that incident. Same way, another pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahesh Pandit. This is amazing. See, now, as a mere child, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we know his pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Not even a second is wasted. So, what he taught us, he endeavored to make everyone perform Kirtan. When he appeared in this world under the pretext of an eclipse, uh, he engaged everyone in performing Kirtana. See, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared and there was an eclipse, right? So, during eclipse time, everybody is chanting. So, he appeared during that time. Nama Prabhu. See, Nama. So, see, Nama Prabhu Tasya Sri Murte Rapyati Prim. Ishoditam Sukopasam Tas Naman Nahi. So, Krishna and Nama Prabhu. Nama is appear together. So, he wants to make everybody chant. So, he appeared while everybody was chanting. That is eclipse time. As a child, by crying, he would entice everyone to perform kirtan. See, ordinary children will cry because they may be hungry or something. Right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as a child, was crying for what? He was hungry. To make all others, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Hari, Hari Bol. Gaura, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He chants, he becomes quiet. You think this is amazing. He was so he was crying purposefully to make others chant. So one way or the other, from childhood, this is the thing. So when everyone clapped and sang, he would stop crying. But one day it so happened that despite all the neighbors uniting in Kirtan, Sri Chaitanya Deva could not stop crying. One day it so happened, even they are chanting, clapping, he would not stop. When Sri Chaitanya Deva would not give up crying, Sri Jagannath Mishra asked him, "Son, why are you crying? What will make you stop?" He replied, "Today, Srila Hiranya Pandit and Sri Jagadish Pandit have prepared special offering for Vishnu in their home. That day was Ekadasi Tithi. If I get even a little portion of each of those items, I will stop crying." Ah, so this is now initially Sri Jagannath Mishra wondered whether they would be willing to give some portion of the offerings he had prepared for Lord Vishnu to Sri Chaitanya Deva. He considered it was possible as the child wouldn't give up crying otherwise. He would not stop. He wanted that. So when Sri Jagannath Mishra went to their house and explained the situation at home, uh, you know, Mahesh Pandit's house he met. They don't know that, Chaitanya, their small boy, is crying. And so they went and told him. And they agreed. Take everything. He is such a small child. Yet, how did he know today was Ekadasi? He was not even 5 years of age then. Additionally, how did he know that so many nice preparations have been prepared for the Lord? Certainly, Bhagavan is residing in his heart. Nobody thought that he himself is Bhagavan. He says, just like Nanda Maharaj Yashoda, thinking he has the blessings of Narayan. They don't know he is the root of Narayan. So, like that, for this reason, he gladly offered everything he had prepared. He offered everything he prepared. You see, this is an amazing thing. Huh? The moment Sri Chaitanya Deva ate all the offering, he stopped crying. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after becoming elderly, and he was so expert in following Ekadasi. Now can we say how to, of course he is Vishnu Tattva, he is Supreme Lord himself. Even if he takes, there is nothing, no harm. But they are Pakandis, who doesn't have no faith in Bhagavan. Take this incident as Praman. Has proved right. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also ate on Ekadasi. But, Baba, do not hear these things. Chaitanya Deva was only a mere child. How could his action be considered as Praman? This was the point. I mean, how can you take this as an evidence? Childhood, child. But it is amazing. It's teaching so many things. First of all, Vishnu can be taken and is indicating himself is Vishnu. So, and he knew that they are cooking so many items like that. Of course, they did not understand this at that time. Standing asking. So, and also the devotee is making an offering. How we can say no? See. So, even deeper thing is, Nam Japa is not different from Ekadasi. So, Ekadasi preparation even was done for him. It pleases. That's why in the temple where they can know how to maintain, grain, non-grain, they can do good. In ordinary devotee's house, you should not do that. Lord will be happy if you offer him some fruits and that. Because it's very difficult. You have to maintain separation. They cannot be mixed. Something like that. Krishna Govinda. So ours is question and answer. Any questions? Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasa Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Vishnu Pada Radhikaya Priyatmani Sri Sri Mata Bhakti Vedanta Mahaya Sri Krishna Bhagavan Katane Sudaksham Udari Madhuri Nice Vijamantam Narayan Namami Nidandina Bhakta Shiromani Sri Krishna Pada Sudaiku Chaitanya Leela Amrita Sara Saram Narayanam Satam Prapate Jai. Sri Ambika Devi is like a sister and constant recipient of Sri Krishna's affection. So, despite being self-satisfied, you cared for her. The Darshani Tika. Sri Ambika Devi, Sri Pārvatī, is addressed like a sister of Sri Krishna, Bhagini, suggesting a non-difference from Yogamaya, who appeared in the same womb of Sri Yashoda. It seems this Sri Ambika Devi is a consort of Sri Shiva, so it is different from the Ambika Devi who became the mother of the Pandu. Mother of Pandu. I don't know what is Pandu. Now, thing is, Yogamaya appeared in the womb of Mother Yashoda. She did not know. So, younger sister. So, because she born from her womb, younger sister of Krishna. Then, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu uh, when like you even like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in uh, yeah, Srimanta Deepa, Sumalina Devi, Srimanta Deepa in Navadvip, in Shravana, the the first item, the 9 limbs of Bhakti, Shravana, hearing, in the Pita of that island, Shravana. So like Parikshit Maharaj, in the, how Parikshit Maharaj became the expert. I mean, he perfected his bhakti just by hearing. He heard Bhagavatam, By hearing Bhagavatam, he perfected his life, perfected bhakti. So he passed this world. So even one under. So what does it mean? Sumalina is Parvati. Different names of Parvati. Parvat, Parvati, uh, Dakshayani, the daughter of Daksha Prajapati. So, like that. She is considered of not Shiva. Uh, Now, in this material world, so how she was a Yogamaya, meaning internal potency, spiritual Yogamaya potency. When Kamsa, the Vasudeva came to Nandagram carrying the Krishna who appeared in Kamsa's prison. So he was bringing, and then he was instructed to take this baby, girl baby. He saw only, of course, Krishna, original Krishna was already appeared. He did not see him. And this Krishna merged in him, Mathura Krishna, into Yashodananda Krishna. Now he took that baby. Yes, so then that is Yogamaya. When Kamsa took it, she became Mahamaya. How? Because his idea is, even though it was a female, eighth child was a female. Eighth child is supposed to kill Kamsa. But this was a female. So they were crying, oh, no. This is a female baby, nothing, no harm. Now, he is my enemy, I will not. So it took his feet and then threw and then, uh, tried to kill, destroy. See, intention is not serving to destroy. See, that changes. See, as soon as it touched it, it became Mahamaya. External potency. This is the secret, is feeling, makes that change. Suddenly it changes. So this is very amazing. See, Yogamaya, but becomes Mahamaya. And then she went up sky and 8 directions. Vaishnavi, Chandi, Ambika, so many names, different, uh, different form, different arms, So that shows the is one person. See, is one person, but different aspects, different form, different names. And she is the shadow of, see. So Kamsa cannot touch the spiritual potency. There is no bhakti, no devotion. And unfavorable to Krishna. No. So she became very, you want to kill. I'm leaving, I would have finished you. I'm leaving you because the one who is going to kill you has appeared somewhere else. Huh? He's gone. So he became fearful. Wow. Because he was used to worship Ambika. And he's trying to kill. And this is amazing. See, Kamsa, he was worshipping Ambika, Kali, Vaishnavi. And also he's trying to kill. He's trying to kill whom he is worshipping. See, this is the thing. Demonic mentality. So, but it is the same personality. That's why the devotees, how our attitude must be when we see Parvati, for example. In Shiva temple, Parvati will be there, concept of Shiva. So, you have to see her as sister, as sister of Krishna, actually. Yoga Maya. And Lord Shiva is also, is devotee, great Vaishnava. See? Great Vaishnava, isn't that? Lord Shiva, greatest Vaishnava among Vaishnavas. And another name for Ambika is Vaishnavi. Vaishnava, Vaishnavi. Lord Shiva and Ambika, Parvati, Vaishnava, Vaishnavi. See? So, Vaishnavi can be with whom? Vaishnava, isn't it? So, like that in this world. That's why in the Bhagavatam it describes actually one time Shiva and Parvati were naked and sitting. Shiva, Parvati is sitting on the lap of Shiva. Right. And Shiva was not disturbed or anybody else. So this exalted, see, this is, we cannot imitate, Lord Shiva's position or Parvati's position. Sometimes for a Leela, they act like that. So in nowadays, in the Simanta Deepa, Sumalina, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went there, she meets Sumalin Parvati. You're not showing any mercy on me. You have given me very tough service. Bewildering all the living entities. I have to chastise them, I always, and when will you show me the mercy? See, so she's crying, So Lord pacifies her, look, you are my energy, you are my potency. Without you, I cannot do any, service. I cannot do any pastime. I cannot do any leela without you. So he is specifying that. See, on one hand, she cannot come in front of the Lord. But as a Yoga Maya, she is always with the Lord. I say that. So this is funny, But there is no difference. But there is a personality. See, this is also, see, the shadow is also a personality. Okay. And they are also feeling. That's also thing. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is reminding that we are none other than my Yoga Maya. Pastime potency, So, this is amazing. The, the feeling. But that's why she is pastimes of Lord Shiva also is very difficult to understand. He does so many very difficult pastimes, very difficult. Sometimes that's why you have to hear from a living Bhagavat. And you hear, then these things become. That's why Shiva Tattva, very difficult to understand. But the Gurudev makes it as much as clear as possible. You have to look at from not one angle, from three different angles. From the Tattva point, from the, Lord's Narvat Lila, very human-like pastimes, you know, and then is very opulent form of pastime. So then you can understand. As a human form of, human-like pastime, very sweet pastime. He looks like he worships them. Uh, and but in some pastimes he actually protects. Huh? You know, he's the one who is protecting him. So like that is then we can understand the like Lord Shiva's pastime, Ambika, uh, Ambika, Kali, Vaishnavi, Bhadra, Bhadrika, like so many names. These are all one personality you can see. So we have to pray. That's the one thing. Prayer. Oh, you can bestow mercy to your. Please mercy, engage me, give me love for your brother. Okay. Your brother Krishna. Uh, so then she will become. She will not act like Bhadra or Kali, or Ambika. She will become Yogamaya, Yogapati, Yogamaya. So this is how you have to harmonize. Now, for example, Krishna Balaram and Subhadra, and Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. Now, Subhadra is also sister of Krishna and Balaram, right? Now, who is she? Now, even though she is actually, if you look at the history, she is not directly the sister of Krishna, but in the family, uncles, daughter, like that. So, she is also considered Yogamaya, sister. Now, she was given marriage to uh, Arjun, Subhadra. Uh, but she is considered as Yogamaya also. So, many different forms of Yogamaya is also there. She expands so many different things. All Lakshmis, for example, are expansion of Radha. Rukmini, Satyabhama, all are expansion of Radha. All the gopis are basically expansion of Radha. Kaya Vyuha, directly. For each bhava, he becomes one. So, same thing in Yogamaya. And potency Mahamaya also appears as Yogamaya appears in so many ways. Tulsi, Vrunda Devi is also Yogamaya. Now, the shadow potency also appears, assumes so many different forms. but they are one. They are one. One meaning, of course, there is some slight, their uh, performance or feeling will be different, but one personality, different mind, like, see, for example, even in the human, sometimes same person, he can act like in so many different ways, is it not? He can put on like in a drama, different, he can dress up like a king or a servant or, as a, whatever, different person. The same person but different personalities. Sometimes we also, if you are angry, you will be different personality. If you are a devotee saying, different. So we also have different personalities, different feelings. But for each, they take on a different form. That's how. But still they are one. So I hope this will clear it up. There's another Ambika. Ambika, this comes in Mahabharata, So that is, uh, like, for example, Ambala. There is one place in North India, Ambala. Yes, I went there many times, 2 times actually, 2 times or 1 time. Went only 1 time. Suppose my second trip was cancelled 1 time. So the name itself is named after Ambala, Ambika. So she was mother of Pandu, or she was in the previous life. See, this is the thing. Now, grandfather Bhishma, Bhishma. This we can say for the Ekadasi time. Always I give that example. Ekadasi, uh, see, the Bhishma Pitamaha, great grandfather Bhishma, was he remained Santan. He was born from Santan, from the womb of Ganga. Ganga, for some reason, with Santanu, gave birth to Bhishma. That's why he's known as Ganga Putra, son of Ganga. But then she disappeared, Ganga. Now, so Santanu wanted to marry another one, uh, and they said, no, unless if a son born to my daughter, if he becomes the king, then I can give. Your son is already there, Bhishma. How he can give? So he didn't want to marry. He was not. So when Bhishma came to know this, he took a vow. No, I will remain as a brahmachari. I will not marry. And I will not become a king. So whoever born to you, he will be king. That's how Ambika. So what happened was uh, so Santanu was married. And that's how the Pandavas, Pandu, King Pandu, uh, Dhritarashtra, like that they were born. So the Duryodhana, Duryodhana, Rashtra. So the Kauravas and Pandavas expanded from there. Now in the Ekadasi pastime, what we say is Bhishma Pitamaha was at the end. What happened? He has to give up his life on the bank of arrows. Why is that? Because when 11 lives before, he took a lizard and threw it on like a thorn, you know, uh, like a small, shrubs, thorny bush. Huh? He threw one lizard 11 lifetime before. Then in the previous life, uh, he was married to this Ambika, like that, Ambika, previous life. He was so, and they went for the forest in the ashrama of Vasishtha. Vasishtha Muni had a Kamadeni. When this wife saw uh, this cow, he said, "Oh, I must have this cow, and we should take it to our home." Why? Because my lady, girlfriend is there. She is sick always. If she drinks the milk from this cow, she will be all right. Then in the previous life, he was the king, and he said, no, adharma, irreligion. No, if you don't do what I desire, then I will die. I will consume poison and then die. Because of that tension, he took, like there's a tree with only, thorn, right? Babul, we say. Took like a branch of it and hit the cow. And the cow said, ande. Vasishtha Muni came to know through in his meditation, yes, hit the cow with a thorn, and he listened to his wife and doing this adharma, irreligion activity by listening to his wife. So he cursed him, the previous life, Bhishma. Next life, you have to give up your life on a bank of arrows. And this wife will be the cause of your death in the next life. See this. That's why. So Arjuna was fighting, with keeping that Sikandini, the old lady. Ambika before this Sikandini in this life, in front of him and fighting. So he wouldn't fight with a lady. And Sikandini was the wife of Bhishma Pitamaha in the previous life. See, that is different. So what happened? So, see how this is a strange thing. What we do in the previous life, adharma will haunt us, and we have to suffer. So by doing the ekadasis, all that we can defeat, nullify previous life. So that pastime of Ambika is different, I think. Pandu pastime. So there are so many twists. But in any case, what we have to learn is, what I was telling is, if you progress in bhakti, okay, that's the only goal we should have is uh, In Bengali there is one simple, thing saying, dekibe, dekibe, bolibe, no, dekibe na, sunibe, sunibe, dekibe, bolibe na. You hear, you see, but don't talk. Don't talk. But you have to include thinking of it. We should not think about that. No sochibe na. No. Dekibe, sunibe, bolibe na, sochibe na. Sochibe na. You should not think. So thinking is also like telling yourself, isn't it? If you are thinking, you are telling yourself, this, that. You should not do that. You should chant, and every minute we have to understand. Lord is seeing. Actually, we are not seeing. He is listening. He knows the best. Everything is acting according to His will. Nobody is independent. Nothing can move without His will. See, if you remember that, Lord, I don't know why you are not making me to listen to this or seeing this, Lord. Oh Lord, the only thing I want is to serve you, your devotees. Please don't entangle me anymore. See, praying like this, huh? Then it will minimize our entanglement, our suffering. So every incident, we should bring it to this point. We have to remember, remind ourselves, praying to this. Lord, I don't know why you want me to say this or say. You say something. Best is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. See, this Hare Krishna mantra neutralizes. It will not prolong our, suffering due to these arguments, again arguments, and then justifying. No, I said this because of that. I said this. You told me like this. You told me. No, forget all that. So it extends and no end to it, and it's all futile. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed away. Remember, he is crying, and only when he stops chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. See, people are complaining, criticizing. Is another form of crying. Okay, is it not? We are crying for what? Want of right medicine, right association. They are in the distress. That's why they are crying. That's why they call names and all that. So we should not get disturbed. We say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari. If they hear, suppose someone is criticizing you, if you say respond like this, you see the response. Either they think you are crazy or actually they may not. It will, because they hear the holy name, understand? Even by unknowingly, or by they must be very, actually very fortunate. They may not know that they are fortunate, understand? But they are becoming fortunate by your saying, no. Oh, Gaurahari, Gaurahari. Oh, Dayaka Sagar, Gaurahari. Oh, Gaurahari, Gaurahari. प्रेम उजागर गौरहरि एक घूम रात करो ओ ओशन ऑफ मर्सी गौरहरि गौरहरि हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम राम. Then we can say a few things. If I am offended you, please forgive me. So whether in this life or previous life I must have offended. That's why we are responding like this. Enmity, please let us forget about enmity. Let us not prolong it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare. Oh Krishna, Krishna. Gaura Hari, Gaura. Oh Vaishnava. Oh Param Gurudev, Gurudev, Guru Varga. Panchatattvas. Like this. Uh, calling on their names. We can diffuse and then bring auspiciousness into the life of others. Um, putting on tilak, okay, don't think it is ordinary. Putting on tilak, if somebody sees that, they will get benefited. So whatever we as a devotee, even though it may be tiny things, understand? So it brings auspiciousness to others' life. This is how. So we have other questions. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare. In Walking with a Saint, 2007, Srila Narayan Maharaj mentioned in a radio talk on page 107, soul means you and me. I tried meditating on this but could not understand. Could you please explain what is meant by this? Is it talking about the individual soul and super soul, or individual soul and a guru? Soul means you and me. He is saying, think so. Soul is you and me. So, he's giving an example. Yourself is a soul and myself is a soul. Like that. Soul is a personality. But of course, the body, see, the body is there, external covering of the soul. But this is subject to change. So, and this subtle body, see, the soul has two dress. One is a subtle dress, another is a gross dress. In this material world, when conditioned soul, okay? See, soul meaning, you have to understand, identification, misidentification. In the spiritual world, soul is there, but it has no this gross body and subtle body. but it has itself is a soul. It has its own, it has its mind also. Okay. Soul also has a mind, dress, hands, limbs, all that is there. But it is a spiritual. Are you listening?
Yes, we can hear you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah? Okay. Something happened. So, see, in the ear, what happens is, for example, gross body, person may be blind, physically blind, but the subtle body may not be blind. You know? So, in the spiritual thing, there is never blind. Okay, in the spiritual. So, that is the difference. You know. But personality will be there and all that. Uh, that is eternal there. Now, here in this material world, this gross body is subject to birth and death. You know? And the subtle body, of course, is also birth and death is there, but not many times, only one time. But the gross body, so many times we have to change our bodies. Different species of life, for example, billions of species, and each one time, each species so many times. So, we have to keep changing. But the subtle body remains the same. But that also we have to give up. So, what's this happens? So that's what I think it means, what our Gurudev is saying, even. So this is the thing, see, everybody is misidentified, because of the conditioning. It is difficult. Only by bhakti we can understand. That's why we have to gradually stop, misidentifying, identifying. All problem comes from misunderstanding. I'm this body. Attachment to this body and the extensions of the body. This body is temporary, we know is a factory of disease. What does it contain? Stool, urine, mess. And still we are attached. We think, oh, I'm beautiful on this. Actually, you are right. Everybody is right. They are all beautiful. But they are mistakenly telling this body is beautiful. The soul is beautiful. This is what we have to remind others. See, all these arguments, quarrels is related to this body. It is not subtle body or gross body. Both will get destroyed one day. So why waste time or give importance to this? Mundane things. See, this is the great mystery. If you remember every moment, hey, look, I'm not this body. I'm the soul, spirit soul. Spirit soul is beautiful. It has naturally love for Krishna. I don't have to struggle hard. Remembering Krishna is, you have no shortage. You don't feel any shortage. As soon as you remember Krishna, because Krishna is complete and perfect, is it not? Same way we become complete and perfect by feeling. Because we forget Krishna, we become empty. and imperfect. Empty and imperfect by forgetting Krishna. This gross body forgets Krishna. The subtle body and gross body are there to make you forget Krishna. But we are on this. See, that's why we have to keep reminding ourselves, hey, no, I'm not this body. I'm not this mind. Right now, I'm stuck. So I'm actually somebody else. I'm the soul. I'm beautiful. That way, our attachment will not be there. Otherwise, see, when somebody becomes old, see, this is a thing. People when become old, they try to, how much time they spend in front of mirror, or looking this way, putting on this chemical, that chemical, this makeup, that makeup. And I see people, the hair is become white. And apparently they put on the paint. Like they're painting their home and apartments. They're painting their body, their hair. Because it should look black. And when they go to the office, see, everybody is painting themselves, all their hair. It looks funny. And all that paint will bring so much cancer, suffering, this and that. Putting on the makeup, as uh, trying to make us appear beautiful. We are already beauty. The soul is beautiful. We don't need any makeup. But we forget that. See, we forget that, then we become, like we are beautiful, but body cannot be beautiful. See, this is the thing. But we are trying to make what is not impossible possible. So it's the effort always waste. You will never succeed. And you'll be unhappy. You'll be angry yourself. And you are trying to please others. Artificial. See, this is how actually 100% of our effort. I'm sorry to say this. I feel pain. I will feel pain. Because all our activities, generally I'm speaking, 100% is a simply waste of time, effort, so much resources, everything in this material world. You can see all the activities in this material world. If you look at that way, it's simply waste. It does not bear any positive things or, you know, upliftment or, leads to more and more suffering. It will not lead to auspiciousness or happiness, you know. So, 100% efforts of everybody, you know. That's why we should not engage in the same activities what others are engaging, wasting time. So, that's why soul is, Gurudev is telling you and me, we are like you and me. Of course, super soul is also there, okay? Soul is never always alone. In this material world, soul is never alone. Even in the spiritual world, we are not alone. We are with the Supreme Lord all the time. So there is no need of soul in the spiritual world. Because Supreme Lord is there. Here also is there in the form of soul. He is watching. He is listening, watching, and giving permission. He is giving results for the karma, for the, the fruits of the karma. He is giving. And is, so like that, like a judge, invisible. He is invisible. Whereas there is visible right in front of us. In the spiritual world, Lord is visible. In this material world, super soul is invisible. He is there, That's why if you remember, super soul is watching everywhere, everything. Oh Lord, in the form of super soul, please, you speak. Don't be judged. In my case, be my well-wisher. Please hold on my hand. Please, I am struggling in this darkness. Please guide me. See, then you will become our favorable person. So, seeking, remembering. That's why Shastra says, Yashya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanati muchyate namastasmai Vishnave Prava Vishnave. Yashya smarana matrena. Just by remembering him. Yashya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhana. All these lifelong, many, many lifetimes. Samsara bandhana. Imprisonment in this samsara. We are imprisoned. It's a jail. We are going through we are being, going through our, we are sentenced. Okay. We are all sentenced of what? Forgetting Krishna. That's all. What is the crime we have done? Our crime is forgetting Krishna. Biggest crime in this world is not stealing gold, diamond. It's actually forgetting Krishna is the biggest crime. And what is the biggest punishment? Material world. Birth and death, old age, disease, identification, misidentification, so many things. And cry. Nobody is happy. Everybody is sick. You know, if you go to the hospital, for example, how can you find a healthy person there? See what I'm saying? Doctor himself is also sick. He is not. In the material hospital, doctor is also more sick than the patient. Sometimes, maybe all the time. Then how can that doctor who is sick himself can cure others who are sick? See, this is a problem. That's why you have to approach a doctor who will not become sick. Understand? You have to approach a doctor who is never going to get sick. That doctor can heal us. See, that is what living Bhagavat and Bhagavat. Both have to be there. See, the scripture Bhagavat and then Bhagavat. Living Bhagavat. So, chanting the whole name, Ekadasi. See, so we have to change. These are all diet. See, how diet, Ekadasi, now change now. Medicine. Also, medicine and food is same thing. Prasadam. See, this is the thing. Of course, we are giving like a food, but it is prasadam. We change. So, but it is very sad, that most of the general activities, other than devotees chanting this, is simply wasting efforts and all. Does not lead to any auspiciousness. That's why Of course, we have now, the thing is, we are stuck in this body, okay? Stuck in this body. And this human form of life. In one hand, we are very, very fortunate to get this human form of life, okay? See, don't mislead. And only in this human form of life, we can recognize, we can understand soul, you and me, super soul, spiritual world, all these things. Inquiry, Atato Brahma Jignasa. You have got this human form of life. For what? Only, one and only thing is to inquire. Atato Brahma Jignasa. Discover, inquiry about the soul, super soul, the relation, this material world, spiritual world, Yoga Maya, Mahamaya. What are all these things? Why I'm suffering? So, what is the way? Oh Lord, show me the way. I'm in a blind well. See? So giving up this enjoying mentality, sense gratification, you know. We were eating, sleeping, mating and defending. In all these pieces of life, we should not do same thing in this human form of life. You'll be missing a great opportunity. Even though there is a body factory of diseases, but still greatest opportunity is there because we can inquire. Dog cannot inquire. Cat can inquire. The mosquito can inquire. No. See, human can inquire. That's why we are all fortunate. Okay? Even though, this is, we have to make the best of this bad bargain. And offenses, we should not do any offense. Offense comes because of misidentification. Yeah, I'm not this. And that person is also not that. So why we get stuck? I'm beautiful. Oh, you are beautiful. I'm, everybody is ugly. Okay. Whoever has this possessing this body and this mind is ugly. There is no argument. But the thing is, that's why don't waste your time. But you can use this body and the mind to talk about Krishna, to remember Krishna. Then this body will also become auspicious and it's a tool and, we get benefited. So, in other words, it has both functions. It can mislead you and also it can lead you. So we should accept that lead, You can use this tool to understand and then gradually give up attachment to this body. So, that's why Gurudev is telling soul, you and me, just like you and me. So many things, hidden things are there when he's talking about that. Krishna is telling also, uh, you know, changing the bodies, all these things. This is amazing. There's so many. This plant is also a soul. See, uh, flowers. How beautiful these flowers. Soul must be there. So, but we cannot perceive it. But we, through Shastra, that's why hearing, by hearing we can able to see this. That's why our seeing, you can see much more clearly with hearing. Okay. You know, so it can bring clarity, brings you more. We can see something which cannot be seen by the eye. Understand? By ear, we can see beyond what we cannot see. You know. So, I think our time is coming. Misidentification, Misidentification what brings us suffering. That's why Krishna says to Arjuna, hey, Arjuna, Pandita, one who knows, will not get disturbed when his body is born or dead. And why, getting disturbed? Oh, when, how to kill. And Krishna says, I am already killed them. Now, killing is also very amazing thing. See, the body is already dead, is it not? So how we can kill him? How can we kill a dead person? You understand? On the other hand, the soul is never dead, right? So how we can kill? So you cannot kill the soul nor the body in one sense. Even though the body gets deteriorated and then, all that, that is true. And the soul gives up this body and then takes on another. Just like we change the dress, you know. But in one sense, the, soul, there is no death for the soul, nor the body, because the body is already dead. How can you kill something which is already been dead? You understand? So that's why this other part, what Krishna is saying, you're always beautiful, your soul will not be get killed, even if somebody wants to, the, the any astras, this will not can cut. The knife cannot cut the soul. Water cannot wet it. Wind cannot blow it. Fire cannot burn it. Then why you are worried? You see? So, but misidentification. See, we are thinking this body which is dead as I am. So this is the amazing. That's why misidentification. But this human form of life is very, very important, very fortunate. Through this, we can understand this dichotomy. Understand? Yeah, I'm really, who am I? I'm the soul. Related to Krishna. Super soul is there accompanying me all the time. He never left me. He never left. I forgot. In the spiritual world, it's face to face, Bhagavan, full part. See, Krishna's pastime, you can see, for example, when he's taking lunch, in the sakas, his friends are sitting. And how many sakas? Millions, right? Thousands and thousands. and each one bringing their own, like food, prasada, the thing. And they are sharing. Krishna, look, my mother, is tasting. Oh, my mother cooked so nicely. Krishna, please, I also taste. See, he is tasting himself, and then putting. Krishna is all, oh, very nice. Now, like that, millions of sakas, they're all feeling, as if Krishna is sitting in front of him and he's talking, he's exchanging, they're eating together. Everybody feels like that. You see? So, in one sense, sometimes he runs away, they're all looking one Krishna there. But Yogamaya manifests, or Leela is so thing, we are always in touch with Krishna, seeing him, hearing, like that. We are never separated, face to face. In the material world, same Krishna appears as super soul, hidden, unseen. But without his mercy, we cannot do anything. Unseen. The soul is also unseen. It's sleeping. That's why the soul is sleeping. Super soul is not sleeping. I understand. Soul is sleeping. Super soul is not sleeping. He is awake, guarding. Okay? And dreaming. Oh, see, like a child, for example, child is sleeping and the mother is watching, is it not? Mother is watching. And the child becomes, then mother says, no, don't worry, I'm here next to you, don't worry. It pacifies. And the baby, gives, opens his eyes and sees, oh yes, mother is there. What she was dreaming or seeing, that is a dream. Okay? She becomes like that. So we are dreaming. Oh, I'm the king. I'm this, I'm the American, Chinese, all these things. Misidentification, And this is like a dream, basically. Dreaming meaning it is also one aspect real, but it has no worth. Understand? That's why it is like a compared to a dream. It is real, but it is has no worth. That's why we should not become serious about it. This misidentification. Our titles changing. I'm a professor, I'm a, this, that, I'm a director, I'm an Indian, American, nationality, different titles, for this body. I'm young, I'm old, I'm, middle-aged, or like this, male, female, these are all titles, okay? Yeah. But these are all subject to change, changing all the time. But the thing is, our finger, see, even though our body is changing, the fingerprint does not change. See, what is amazing thing. So there are certain things which will not change. When the fingerprint is not changing, and the whole body, skin is changing, is an amazing thing, is it not? Same way, why not we go one more step? Soul is there. It will not change, Super soul is there. Through Shastra, through Satsang. That's the only way we can come to know soul and super soul. Not through microscope. Microscope is material microscope, okay? Material microscope or camera, it can only detect material things. So you have to have a spiritual microscope, okay? What is a spiritual microscope? Is Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad, you know, spiritual microscope. And like the scientists using, like the Guru Parampara is our scientists, spiritual scientists, okay? Guru Parampara or spiritual scientists. And spiritual microscope or telescope, you can say, for example. Spiritual telescope, microscope, they're all Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad, Chaitanya Charitamrita, you know that. So, and to understand this, you have to chant and take out, you know, that. So this is an amazing thing, you know. The Yoga Maya, the Mahamaya potency, see how makes our things. Within this body, this is amazing. See, if you analyze, our time is up. Otherwise, we can spend more time. Fingerprint, you can meditate on it. Our body is changing, but the fingerprint, the pattern of the fingerprint, you understand, remain the same. In spite of our finger is changing, skin is changing. See, this is right there. It is there. Our DNA also does not change. Our iris does not change. Even though everything is changing. Identity and this two fingerprint does not match. From the beginning of creation to another. This will not be assigned to somebody else also. This fingerprint, uniqueness, uniqueness. It will not be offered to somebody else in the next life, or even if I'm dead and gone, this fingerprint will not be assigned to somebody else, reassigned or anything. So this itself tells you that we are unique. So you don't need to worry, Krishna, we have something unique to offer. That's why Krishna is waiting. We have unique bhakti, unique taste that Krishna wants to taste. So, but we have to realize it. And this process, is spiritual practice, sadhana bhakti. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
दंडवत प्रणाम गुरुदेव. दंडवत प्रणाम गुरुदेव.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
दंडवत प्रणाम महाराज. हरे कृष्णा.